All right, good afternoon and welcome. So glad you could join us for today's More Than Meets the Eye experience. I'm Susan Eggold, the Retail and Outreach Manager at Vision Forward, and I'm glad you're here with us this afternoon. Throughout the afternoon, we'll invite you to take part in our presentation with any questions that you have by using the chat feature. So to access chat, you can either click on the icon on the bottom of your screen, or you can access chat using some screen commands. If you're using keyboard commands, you'll use Alt-H, then you'll tab to input your text, you'll type your message, and then you'll hit return. And I'll make sure that I'm monitoring those questions throughout the presentation, and we'll make sure that they are addressed at some point. So today's More Than Meets the Eye experience is a very special one for me. We serve people of all ages here at Vision Forward, and today we're going to meet one of our youngest clients. His name is Andre, and we're going to meet Andre through the words of his mom and the words of Kyla, who's one of our speech pathologists. So I will turn the floor over now to Kyla.
Hi, thank you, Susan, for the introduction. So yes, I'm Kyla Murphy, and I am one of two speech-language pathologists here at Vision Forward in our children's department. I'm so excited to be here today to help share the story of one of our friends here, Andre Washington. Andre is a 5-year, 7-month-old boy who presents with primary diagnoses of cerebral palsy and cortical vision impairment. As a speech-language pathologist, my primary roles with Andre are to help him communicate his basic wants and needs and to help him safely swallow so he can enjoy tasting food that he loves. Andre began coming to Vision Forward as an outpatient in spring 2020. At that time, he received speech and vision services. Initially, Andre really communicated his basic wants and needs through crying to let you know that he didn't like something, or smiling to let you know that he did like something. Visually, he had a hard time finding people in his environment or looking at toys that were presented to him. Andre then joined our classroom in fall 2020 here at Vision Forward and has since been receiving additional services from our physical therapist, our occupational therapist, and music therapist. And he's also supported in his classroom setting by a special education teacher and a teacher assistant. Andre's success is truly a testament to the importance of collaboration. Working as a part of a team has been key in Andre's success thus far on his journey. One of Andre's most important team members is his amazing mom, Terri Mallett. Terri has been such an active participant in Andre's therapy since day one. She works so hard to carry over different techniques that we provide for use in the home, which is so great to see. And she's Andre's #1 advocate. I'm really excited to be able to introduce Terri to you now as she shares her story with you about her son, Andre.
Hi, I'm Terri Mallett, Andre Washington's mom. The cause of Andre's vision loss was at birth, actually. He doesn't just have vision loss, he has cerebral palsy, where it actually affected his brain, which one side of his brain also messed with his vision. So that's what causes vision loss. They say he sees more so at the top right corner of his vision, he stares up a lot because that's more comfortable for him to see. So he actually can see more at the right corner quadrant better than any other quadrant. So I kind of first once they told me the news, I did break down. I cried a lot. But then my mom told me Terri, you can't dwell on what's happening or whatever. You only can go forward. Go forward with what Last summer, we went to several schools and they just wasn't a quite fit for Andre. I felt like I just couldn't put my child, somewhere where I didn't feel like it was comfortable. One of his doctors actually referred me to Vision Forward, and he told me basically, that I could sign up and see if I could visit, and you guys gave me actually like a really good tour of it. And I just fell in love, especially just with the kids. They did run up to me and they were like real personable and were talking to me and saying hi to me and saying hi to Andre. And I'm just like, okay, well, this could be like a really good fit. He actually gets PT and OT, speech and vision through Vision Forward. I feel like the PT and OT is a lot better than the services that he had prior to, because his tone, which means like the stiffness of his body and stuff, has gotten a lot better. His head control has gotten a lot better. I feel like, and far as speech, he's more vocal. Like, I cannot get him to be quiet. A lovable little smiley face little boy. That's my Andre. Anytime you say his name, he just lights up and smile. That's Andre. He loves tasting stuff, purees. He loves music. Andre loves music, any type of music. He loves singing. I love singing to him. He loves for me to sing to my guests. He smiles, so hopefully he loves it. They showed me like a couple clips where they were singing happy birthday, and they had the guitar, and Emily had the guitar, and his little eyes just lit up soon as they started singing. And I'm like, Andre, it's not even your birthday, but he stole the show. I just want the world to know, like, Vision Forward is a really good school, really good place.
Goodbye, Andre. Thanks for music today.
So we are so grateful for families such as Andre's that are willing to share their story with us. So thank you so much, Terri. Andre has made wonderful progress, as Terri mentioned, really across all domains, which has been so cool to see in really such a short amount of time. In particular, it's been really inspiring to watch Andre find his voice. Andre loves to talk and loves to communicate with his friends in his classroom and with staff here at Vision Forward. And the power of communication is something that is so important. Being able to communicate those basic wants and to share your ideas and to participate in various activities using your voice is really special. And it's been fun to watch Andre develop those skills. For example, Andre loves to say the word go. He is, for example, if he's pushed in his wheelchair in the hallway and a therapist stops to talk to another therapist, he will let you know, he'll say go to communicate that he wants you to keep pushing him in that wheelchair. Another example of how he uses this word is his classroom teacher found this really great song that she plays during circle time, and it focuses on the concepts of stop and go. So the kiddos maybe are all clapping their hands or stomping their feet, and the teacher will say stop, and then it's Andre's job to tell them when to go. And boy, oh boy, does he like to be in charge, and he has such a big smile on his face during that song. Andre has a lot of other songs that are continuing to develop week to week. For example, he says ah for on and all done. He says the sounds oh, ow for out. And something that's been really cool is his music therapist has found a lot of great songs that incorporate these sounds. And then Andre is able to fill in parts of the verses to help sing along during music class and during music therapy, which is great to see. Andre also communicates using something called a voice output communication device, which you may have seen in the video was on the table by the music therapist. So essentially what these are they are buttons that you can program a message, a spoken message into, and then when Andre pushes that button, the message is spoken aloud. So Andre's, I would say his favorite way of using these devices, if I were to guess, is to greet his friends in the classroom in the morning and when he's leaving the classroom. So he has a device with two buttons on it. One says hi friend, and the other says bye friend. And it's so great to be able to watch Andre tell his friends hi, and then to hear them say, well, hey, Andre, hi, Andre. And again, big smile on Andre's face. And as you can see from that video, when you see one of Andre's smiles, you can't help but to smile yourself. So that's been really neat to see. Visually, Andre is also now able to look and find his communication partner, which is huge as well. And he's able to start looking at books now and find toys in his environment. And he's made progress in other areas like from physical therapy and occupational therapy and really across the board. Overall, Andre's journey is truly just beginning, and we are all excited here at Vision Forward and as a part of his entire team to see the progress that Andre will continue to make. So I thank you for allowing me to be here today to help share part of Andre's story with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyla. As you could hear by what Kyla said and watching the video, Andre is just a special, special gift to us here at Vision Forward. And what a gift to hear about Andre through the words of both his mom, Terri, and through Kyla. So thank you. We're going to hear from another Terri right now, and that's Terri Davis, our Chief Executive Officer. And I will turn the floor over to you, Terri.
Thank you, Susan. As Susan said, I'm Terri Davis, the Chief Executive Officer here at Vision Forward. And it gives me so much joy to know how well one of our kiddos is doing. And I want to thank Terri for sharing Andre's story with us, and to thank Kyla and the team for all the good work that they are doing in our children's program. As you heard, every small step of Andre's progress is integral to his overall ability to live with both cortical visual impairment and cerebral palsy. Making sure that he and all the children living with vision loss have access to early intervention services is so very critical. These services help ensure that kids can achieve the important developmental milestones that set them on a course for future school and life success. It's a big reason that Vision Forward exists. We know that by addressing vision loss early in life, it's the key to helping kids learn and grow. So we continue to offer a full menu of services that addresses every area of a child's development. Through individualized treatment plans with a holistic approach, we can increase the chances of success for young children with vision loss. It takes more than $3 million a year to serve everyone who comes to Vision Forward for help. After program fees and other revenue sources, we're left with an annual shortfall of $1.2 million. Because we never want money to be a barrier to receiving vital services, we continue to fundraise throughout the year to ensure that children and adults can access the help they need regardless of their ability to pay. As we move forward in our new fiscal year and away from some of the challenges of this past year, the masks, the social distancing, the constant sanitation, we invite you to come and see our children's program in action. Come and be inspired by Andre and the other kids enrolled, as well as our staff, and find out firsthand our unique program, why it's worthy of your support. A well-functioning child is a huge return on investment, so come and be part of our mission. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. We hope that you've learned more about vision loss and the life-changing work that we do, and we hope you'll share this information with others to help create awareness of vision loss in children, as well as the vital services that are available to their families. And now back to Susan.
Thank you, Terri. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I'll give you one last minute to type those questions in. If you think of something after we're done today, please let us know. If you go to vision-forward.org, you'll see all kinds of information about Vision Forward, and you'll find ways to connect with us there. So we'd love to hear you, any feedback you have about today, or any questions that you have about how we're fulfilling our mission. So we thanked a lot of people during our time together, and now it's time to thank you, all of you who've taken time to join us this afternoon. to learn about Andre, to learn about how kids like him and how family members like Terri, his mom, and other people are so impacted by the work that we do here. As Terri said, we want you to feel like you can learn about Vision Forward by coming to visit us. We'd love for you to see what we're doing firsthand. We know it'll be a little bit yet, but that time is going to come soon. You can also help us here at Vision Forward by spreading the word about what we do. And an easy way to do that would be to invite someone that you know to a future More Than Meets the Eye experience. We'll be holding another one again sometime this summer, and we'll be sure to keep you updated. Thank you again for being with us today. I wish you a great week ahead. May you have sunny, happy, healthy days ahead. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Kyla?